Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Masterful Morning Show. No one says good morning anymore, but that's all right. I'm here for you. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, tonight we have, or this morning, wherever you are in the world, we have a very special guest. We have Stephanie Johnson. Stephanie, welcome to the show.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So I met Stephanie through, surprise, surprise, Sean Croxton's community. We all did Money Mind. We did Rich Lit Society together. And we also did a little special Monday Mastermind together as well. And that's where I really got to know Stephanie. And she really does an excellent job role modeling what it looks like to stay in that positive environment. And I really look up to her in that respect. But Stephanie, why don't you introduce yourself to our audience and tell them a little bit about you?
Okay, well, I'm originally from Missouri, born and raised there, moved to Texas maybe about 8 or so years ago. I originally started in healthcare, moved into social services, and still just kind of had that itch for I just want to be able to help, but I want to help in a different way. And so I moved into nonprofit work, where I started on coaching, and I moved up the ranks pretty quickly because I think I found my zone once I got into the coaching arena. And so as far as personal development, I was always in personal development before I really even knew what personal development was. I happened to be looking for to hear more from Lisa Nichols because I saw The Secret. And from there, by searching Lisa Nichols, I found a Quote of the Day show with Sean Croxton. And so I started listening to that for a couple years. And then he started the Rich Lit Society, and I thought that was just super fascinating because I would finally have somebody to be able to talk to about all the books that I read. And so from there, got hooked into Monday Mastermind. I always had a desire to be a part of a mastermind group, and Marion started one up, and I jumped right in. And then from there, Melanie had kind of, started up the Masterful Manifestors. And so I jumped right in there as well. So it's been really wonderful getting to know Mel and Marion and Talos. And so here I am.
One of the things, Stephanie, in all of the groups that we've been in together, the things that really stand that when you in your mind do what you want to try, if it's some take on, you take
Melody.
It on like 110%. And it's just like, yeah.
We're going to just interrupt you. Can you start over on that question? You froze up a little bit.
It's storming here. Sorry about that. So in all the groups, you really go 110% when it's something that you can tell you want to try, you want to put your best effort in. Through all of the different challenges, through Masterful Manifestors, through any of the other groups, what is something that really stands out to you that you really took away and feel that you grew from?
I think that with Masterful Manifestors, and I had read a lot of books on abundance and things like that. Hadn't quite engaged Money Mind Academy at that time. Just got in, but really just looking at the possibilities, considering the possibilities, not as something that's an arm's length away or abstract in the cosmos somewhere, but that you can actually just go for it. And so really just being exposed to just the camaraderie of the group and being able to, just hear everybody else's stories and, just successes. It just really encouraged me just to dive in.
That's awesome, Stephanie. I really enjoyed having you part of our 90-day challenge because you just bring such a calmness and focus to the group and what you're doing. and
Oh,
it's always
thanks.
great to hear what you're doing. So I guess for our listeners, what would be like the biggest discipline you have, or the biggest takeaway from having those breakthroughs in your life, so people can emulate that?
I think really just starting somewhere, I would say habitually in the past, I would be a person that was all or nothing. And so I would tend to be more towards nothing than all. And so at this point where I am now, and I guess a lot of it just it may have a lot to do with, being in groups like masterminds and masterful manifestors, to just see that it's okay to just take, just little steps each day. Even if it's not, you may take some breaks between, but continue to push and continue to push through. So I would say just being exposed to other individuals that's in I guess the grid of things, it was helpful for me to do it as well. And so I would say the takeaway really is just to start somewhere, even if it's just one day, one morning, 1 minute, 1 hour, just start.
Yeah, I think it always makes me laugh when I see your comment on the post you have about waking up at 4:30 a.m. So for people that don't know what we're talking about, we'd have a post in the group, and you posted a screenshot of your alarm, and literally like every morning you comment on it and like, up at 4:30 a.m. or didn't quite make it today, but back into it, It was just like really cool to see. So
yeah, I
That
think it's
definitely brought.
important to have that accountability. And even if I woke up and it was like 10 a.m. and I was supposed to be up at 4:30, I'm like, hey, I got up, it's 10.
Yeah, that's
No birds.
you're always commenting. And that's one thing that it's like when you said you're all or nothing, I was surprised when you said nothing, because it seems like you were all in, like just always all in. So that's
Mhm.
awesome. You always inspire us.
Well, thank you. I think it just really comes from just deciding who you want to be and just make those steps. And then just kind of like how Lisa Nichols says, I just kind of saw her behind your head. You get to a place to where your life just becomes completely unrecognizable.
So I have to ask, as another early morning riser, why are you getting up at 4:30, and what are you doing at that hour that makes a difference for you?
Well, it's interesting because if it could have been later, I probably would have had it to be later. But fortunately for me, or I guess it depends on your perspective. I start work at 7:30 in the morning, and so in order for me to do everything that I need to do for myself to kind of get my mind right and everything, I start up at 4:30 in the morning. And so for me, I would say getting up early started really with Miracle Morning. I think it's been maybe a couple years now. When I first read Hal Elrod's book and just getting into savers and just kind of modifying it into something that works well for me. So on a typical day, when I get up at 4:30, the first thing I do is just get right into my workout clothes, and just kind of get my brain together. Usually by about 4:45 to 5 o'clock, I'm ready to go run. And so that's what I do. I go outside, I run. It's really hot in Texas. And so if you don't run when it's dark 39, you just won't. And it's so interesting because I see people like in the heat of noon running, and I'm just like, no, I wouldn't make it. And so I run. After I come in from running, I do a little stretch, and from there I do my meditation, I write in my journal, I do my affirmations. One of the things that we had got from Rich Lit Society was How Riches Come to Me, where we talk about the science of getting rich. And so I read that every morning in the mirror out loud. And so that's another thing that I do. And then from there, let's see, I'll go through my little video. One of the things Ryan had kind of encouraged us to do was like do a little visualization video. And so I play my little video on my phone and I get choked up, and after that, I'm ready to go start my day. You know, just kind of getting my shower and getting dressed for work and all of that stuff. But yeah, that I do it every morning. I think that for me, one of the things that we learn, you know, with through quote of the day and things like that is to pay yourself first. And so I felt like for me, it's important to pay myself first with my time. If I'm getting up right before, you know, right at the alarm, getting up, getting ready to go to work, then I'm on somebody else's time. And so it's important for me to establish for myself, I'm paying myself first with my time, because that's what I need to do in order to be able to, you know, move forward and do the things that I needed to do for other people.
Oh my gosh, I love this so much. I hope everyone is setting their morning alarms for tomorrow. Let's go, everyone. You heard her. You hear what matters and what really, you know, is so important for taking time for us and being our best selves so that we can be the best that we can be for other people. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for taking the time to join us this morning, this evening. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day.
Yay.